What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Dula, and today we're going to be talking about why the indie label over a major label. So let's talk about it, because a lot of artists think that in order to make it, you got to be signed to a major label. And that is one of the biggest misconceptions of the industry right now. Here's the reality for an up-and-coming artist. An indie label is the best bet for an up-and-coming artist right now. And I'm going to break down why. First is control, right? So when you sign to a major label, pretty much you're signing away all your decision-making power. Your release date, your singles, your visuals, your sound, all of that has to be approved. And if you're not a main priority, then you're going to be put on hold. But with an indie label, you typically get more creative freedom. That's what you want. You're still an independent artist, but you have a team behind you pushing what you really want to do, not what they want to do. Next is ownership. As we all know, major labels love 360 deals, don't they? They want a piece of your touring, your merch, your brand, your sales, everything. They just want everything, right? Indie labels are way more flexible. Some give you ownership of your masters, or at least give you better splits so you can benefit off the music you created, right? Third is attention. Major labels already have hundreds of artists. And let's be honest, you can be talented, but if you're not bringing in numbers, you're going to be put on the back of the bus. Indie labels can only handle a certain amount of artists at once. So on the plus side, that means that you're going to have a little bit more one-on-one time with your team. They can actually work with you one-on-one with strategy, development, and just give you real support. And they'll actually pick up the phone when you call. Fourth is development. And let me be clear, most major labels do not develop artists anymore. They want you to come ready-made with a brand, fan base, viral moment, all that. Indie labels actually help the artists find their sound, mold them, develop them, and build them before the world even see them. Fifth is mobility. At an indie label, you move faster, point blank period. You drop music and content constantly. You're building your brand. You building a fan base. Instead of waiting for a board to approve your single. Speed means everything in this era. And last is partnership. That's one thing that a lot of artists miss. When you're with a good indie label, it feels more like a partnership instead of a prison. You grow together, you learn the business, and you gain leverage together. Once you have that leverage, then you can make that decision if you want to go to a major label. Make sure it makes sense though. Make sure if you go to the major labels that you're negotiating out of strength and not desperation. All right? So no, a major label is not the finish line. Sometimes the smartest thing for your career is to start with a team who actually pour into you, not the ones who only show up after you already done the work yourself. I know that is a touchy subject. I don't work for a major label. I work with an indie label and several other indie labels at that. All in all, it's about picking your poison. Just make sure you pick correctly. Thank you so much for tapping in with me, your girl, Miss Dula. If you like what you heard, go ahead, like, share, and follow, and I'll be back again with some new topics. Peace and blessings, y'all.